Hey everybody, what's up? I'm FPO5 from FPO5 Studios, and technology advances at a very high rate, but it also leaves a lot of technology left behind. I mean, how many ways are there beneath $30 to play one of these cartridges without actually going online and downloading them to your computer? Now, that is a method to do it, but I'm telling you, this is probably one of the best ways to play your old GBA games. This is the Hyperkin Smartboy. Came out probably about, what, 2 years ago at this point? And it was destroyed by a whole bunch of different reviewers. Re-Res and a whole bunch of those guys all said this thing was garbage. Now, to be honest, at $60, this thing isn't worth it. And truthfully, I got mine for $24 off of Amazon, which I believe is the price you can get them at right now, non-stop. You should probably think about actually getting one of these because it's truthfully one of the cheapest ways you can go through and play your physical cartridges without having to go online, buy a new console, buy whatever else for it, charging kits, because nobody sells those together anymore. I'm thinking that probably buying a brand new Game Boy would cost you right around $60 to $70. This thing being $24 really puts that price into perspective. How does this thing work? Basically, all you need to do is go ahead, slot your phone into it, and basically it'll pop up a Smartboy app that you have to download, and at that point you can just load the cartridge in and it will launch straight to My Old Boy, and it runs the games flawlessly. Now, saving to the cartridge itself really isn't possible, is what I found out. So going forward, you're going to want to make sure you're using save states, because otherwise you'll just lose any progress you made. And if you want to bring this back to a physical cartridge, you're going to have to find a way to flash the cartridge and put your saves back onto it, which at this point doesn't seem like the easiest thing to do. Now, basically what this thing does is you can map the keys to this, and it basically does the same thing as a original Xbox controller really would do. So, in hindsight, if you want to just play with one of these, it's just as easy to set up. Now, people are saying mapping buttons to this thing is pretty difficult. I think the original models of this didn't come with the USB-C extension cable that mine did. I don't have that with me because I put it with my Nintendo Switch because I thought it would be a great use for that. But basically all you do is you stick your cable in there, then you can stick your phone into that cable and map it out pretty easily and have full access to your screen. So the next time you go to play, the button stayed mapped and everything just makes so much sense from that point on. There are some flaws to this device. Number one being my phone, a Samsung Galaxy S9, doesn't fit quite as well as I would hope it would, and it bugs the snot out of me that it gets pushed on the top of this part right here. But outside of that, for 24 bucks, this thing's worth it. Now, there are more people complaining about the piracy thing, where if you remove the cartridge from the console, you'll end up getting a piracy warning like this one, and moving forward, the only way to play is to put the cartridge back in, and then it will pick up right back where you were. Now, people like Re-Res were saying, you know, it just jiggles free. I don't see that happening. I just don't. You have to physically pull this cartridge out. It's just like a Game Boy. There's no way that this thing's just gonna jiggle loose. I mean, it doesn't even wiggle back and forth that much. To be honest, it's more likely to become disconnected from your phone itself, but I think it's a really good device. For 20 bucks, don't buy it for 60. If you buy it for 60, you've spent way too much money, and really, you deserve what you get there, because this is more of a $20 thing, not a $60 thing. At this point, I've probably made myself abundantly clear. I like this device. It's taken up a place in my backpack along with my Switch and my Surface Go. Truthfully, I don't think this thing is going to take a place of the Switch or the Surface Go, but I think it's one of those things that, hey, I want to play a Game Boy game. boom, I'm just gonna load it onto here. You can also use Game Boy Advance games using the extension, USB-C extension, which means as soon as you plug it in, set it up, you're good to go and you can run ROMs off of it. I play Pokemon Emerald because that's probably my most favorite Pokemon game. I like this thing. Please don't hurt it. Buy it for cheap and you'll be happy. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.